All right, here's the deal. I want to talk about just where this team is. You heard me do the preamble there. Recruiting's great. You've got high-profile players again. You're on the cusp of the playoffs. You're in that mix at least. People are talking about your top 15 ranked going into the season. In terms of the state of the program, Will, where are you as a VFL? You watched it dip after you – pretty much after you left, it dipped. Where are you in terms of watching this thing now?
You're back as a contender. I mean, that's the only way to say it. Top 15, whatever you're going to be. You got a 12-man playoff. If you're getting into that or have a chance to get into that, you're back in this thing. And if you look at what they're doing on the recruiting channel, the upcoming players that they're getting as well, I mean, they're taking players from the people you have to take from the Georgias, the Alabamas. You have to win those one-on-ones, and you're starting to do that. And you're starting to see kind of this – I guess the name of the team or kind of how's this team look? Because right now it's like you're going to have a great up front defensive line. So you're starting to see more success up there, and you're starting to see success in recruiting more of those guys. And then you've got the explosive offense that Josh Heupel always has. So this team is defining itself and kind of defining itself out there to other players and becoming kind of what is this team about. And it's become a contender because it's become really good in certain areas and is adding on to that and becoming more successful and getting more of those types of players.
You mentioned the teams you're beating to get players. A couple weeks ago, you get David Sanders, the offensive lineman. Ohio State wanted him. I used to live in Columbus. I got so many texts from old friends in Columbus that are ticked off. It's like, I don't know how we dropped the ball at Ohio State. I'm like, well, maybe you didn't drop the ball. Maybe Tennessee just out-recruited you. Maybe Tennessee's back. They didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to see Tennessee beating those types of schools for the players they want. Sterling, in terms of where this program is, you're of course connected to the program. You're the sideline guy. You're the face of the university. I see you on every video now. When I first got you, that 20 years ago, you were kind of an impartial. Now, you become the thing. But what do you think about where this program is again? Nobody loves it more than you.
I mean, and I've loved it through those other days also. Yeah. But the thing I like about the program right now, it's great to be involved, man. I mean, Tennessee, that thing is spread across the world. I wear a T-shirt in California. Go Vol! That didn't happen 10 years ago. And now I think everybody wants to be a part of this thing that's happening called the Power T. Everybody wants to be a part of it. So we're able to beat out schools for phenomenal players because they want to know what's going on. Curiosity's got people wondering what's going on at Tennessee. And we've got great coaches. We've got a great athletic director, Donnie Plowman, one of the greatest ever. And now the players are actually coming here to be a part of this special thing that's going uphill. And, man, we ain't stopping.
Which you guys were part of. I mean, when you came, Tennessee was still it was when Majors, you'd won the Sugar Bowl. It was on the upswing. You were there through SEC titles. Will, you were there for a national championship. You came in at the tail end. You went through 3 coaches. Yeah. What about what you're seeing now?
Yeah, and, Will hit everything with the team, I think, of all the things that's going right. To me, the most important part is the foundation that's been set with your athletic director, Danny White, the fan experience, and Tennessee finished, I think, 3rd this year in the Directors' Cup as some of the best programs, right?
Won the SEC for the 2nd straight year in terms of all sports.
Yeah, and so you're finally competing on, with every sports in the level. You have to have a strong administration in order to get that stuff done, and they're focused on the fan experience. You look at the 865 project. You look at the new addition they just did on the south side of the stadium. All these things are just fuel for this program that it's getting ready to take off. Now you're seeing a number 6 ranked nationally recruiting class. All these things are just fuel, and it feels like this is a season that you're going to get that admission.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and we'll talk about that, whether it's this season or if this is a building block to next season. It does feel, though, like you are back to a level of consistency. With Butch Jones, you had an 11-game win streak at one point. I mean, people forget that. Yeah. That's a whole season undefeated. You just did it over 2 years. But you never quite felt like, okay, everything is smooth sailing from here.
Right.
You still heard the rumblings behind the scenes and that kind of stuff. Now, though, with this offense, with what Heupel does, I think you've got a floor that's pretty darn high. I mean, you can get injuries and things can happen, but I just don't see this team going back to a 5-win team at any point. So if you're talking about a team that's consistently 8 or above and you're competing for titles on your best years, Yeah, I think you're back. I don't think there's any debating it.
You know what's beautiful about that statement you just made right there, John P., is that you said we're looking at a team that's probably going to be 8 wins and above. But know what's incredible about the team? We're competitive in every game. There's not one game or one team you see on that schedule you say, oh, here they come, or we got to go there. We're competitive in every game.
I don't know. I still might feel that way with George.
That's okay. We're going to change that.
It's okay. This is just segment 1, and you're already like this.
I know.
Wait till 12:20 rolls around. That's right. When we come back, we're going to roll out 3 more VFLs for you, including a guy who played on last year's team. Should be some interesting insights from Ollie Lane, Kevin Simon, J.J. Surlis. They're here next. We're going to talk offense. We're going to talk defense. We're going to talk about everything. We're even going to tell you about our new Saturday show, which starts in 6 days, Saturday. As a matter of fact, speaking of that Saturday show, here you go.